VFiPP plates, they are almost here. Finally. Okay, I've been waiting for this for a very long time. They passed the final certifications and I'm awaiting a shipment of 1,000 units within a couple of weeks. And there's so much to talk about with VFiPP plates. Okay, I'll just show you what they are. All right, so if you're new to this channel, my name is Greg Rahola. I invented this kind of little thing that you put in an espresso pipe. I'll show you in a second. And what it does is provide little compressive force on the puck. This is what it looks like, right? This is the inside and the outside. So you get these little channels and these little flow buttons. It's called VFiPP, variable force isocompressive perforated piston, which is like a technical description for what it technically does, right? And what you do is you take your puck, right? And you take your puck with your espresso and you put the VFiPP plate on top like that, and you pull your shot with espresso. Okay, so much to talk about because it's going to change espresso. What are the advantages of the VFiPP? Why you'd want to muck around that and purchase it, right? How does it taste? How does it change the taste of espresso, right? How does it change your experience of the espresso with the whole dial-in? Because it solves dial-in and it solves channeling, and there's so many advantages. What's the theory behind them? How do they work, right? For those people that are interested. What's the recommended puck prep that we've developed for these things, right? What are the pressure profiles? Because earlier I gave you a pressure profile called the fruit bomb to use with these, right? But we've developed two more. One's very standard. It's just a flat 9 bar, which we call the Crema Max. But there's specific parameters that you use it with. And there's a really new one that is my favorite by far. Why the delays of these things? Because this is like a 2-year project now. I mean, we've been working on other things like the J lever, which I have to also do a video on the update. But yeah, why have they been delayed to such an extent? So the J lever update, I want to do a few videos on just general espresso, right? Because it's come to my attention that some people that aren't experienced in espresso don't know how to taste espresso. And there's a funny thing that you have to do with your tongue, and it's like a conscious effort that you have to do. I have to describe that because I think people don't know about that. I want to do a video also on why Americans like watered down coffee, and they don't like sharp, kind of bright, exciting espresso. That's an interesting topic. It's got to do with carrot juice and grey hair. Yeah, that's cryptic. Can you solve mathematically for the God shot? If you had have asked me that a couple of years ago, I would have said to you, you can't even define the God shot. Like, everybody wants something different, right? There's the amount of fines in the cup, which defines the mouthfeel and the kind of aftertaste. Some people want clarity. Some people want boldness, kind of a very strong kind of strong, as in bitter and complex kind of an espresso. Some people want, lots of crema and that kind of buttery mouthfeel. How can you define a God shot? I think you can. And not only that, as crazy as it sounds, I think you can actually solve for it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to give the theory and just put it out there, because it's going to be like a 3-year PhD, right? And this is my academic side kicking in. But I want to do all those videos, and I think a lot more, right? Cost of living crisis and how these things can help. Because if you're making espresso at home, you can make it for like 50 cents or 25 cents, depending on the dose, right? Instead of going to cafe shops. Don't not go to cafe shops and skip your social, experiences. Go with friends by all means. But if you're just going to cafes, just to pop in and grab a coffee, if you make it at home, you save so much money in this kind of cost of living crisis that we're going through. So yeah, I want to do a bunch more videos in this kind of format where you get to suffer through my stumbling speech and thought patterns. So yeah, stick around. You might learn something. Thanks.